Inside of Roblox Jailbreak, Hyperchromes are some of the most valuable and rarest items. They can be used to obtain the sought-after Hypershift, and can even be used when it comes to trading. And with new methods and strategies that have recently came to light, I will be guiding you in today's video on how to get every single Hyperchrome from every single robbery inside the entire game. And our first robbery that we're going to start with is the train. So the first thing that you want to do, and actually for all hyperchromes, is look for a server that actually has your hyperchrome and Pacific robbery in it. And the way we can use it is actually our first strategy, which if we go ahead and go on this website right here, as you can see, I'm on a website called Jailbreak Changelocks. It's fully supported by Bedemo, so it's completely safe. Now, as you can see, we're on the robbery tracker. If you go to community and then click hit robbery tracker right here, it'll take you to this page. Now, as you can see, it shows us what robberies are open, what time it is, how many people are in there, what team they're on, and if it's open or not. So, like we said, we're going to go for a chain. So we go for a chain. As you can see, it says open, and it was logged a minute ago. We want to go for the most recent one, so we're going to click on this one. Now, as you can see, the train is on the map. So all we're going to do now is that we're just going to come over to the train. You want to always open this door first. Then you're going to want to come and breach the vault from here because it's quicker. Then, instead of opening this door to escape, this is only if you have Pro Garage, you want to turn it in like so. And then after that, you want to spawn your vehicle out right in this corner. And now that our cooldown's done, when you do it, boom, you're outside. And that saves you around like 3 seconds. So yeah, it's a pretty cool trick, and now you can just go on with the next robbery. Now on to the next hyperchrome, which is the hyper pink level 5 hyperchrome. Now as you can see, the casino is open in the server. So a cool trick I'm actually going to show you in a minute here for the casino to speed it up fast, because the casino takes like at least like 2 minutes to do, and it's a really long robbery. So a trick that we can actually do here is that if you come all the way over here inside of this gun store, and items you're going to want to get is a flintlock and a sword. Now what this flintlock is going to do is that, if you guys didn't actually know, when you shoot a flintlock, it pushes you back. So what I like to call it, flintlock boosting while holding the sword, is a really good combo. Let me show you what you do. So basically, you either want to do in what order. You want to go like that, and then flintlock boost to help you dash. As you can see, the code is 4447. The codes appear on this thing right here, this one, that one. I think it can appear on that wall, and it can also appear on this neon little orange thing. So the code was 4447, so you're going to enter into this keypad, and then you're going to want to go to the door. Now usually you would have to do security, so right now all you have to do for security, it's already done, but you would usually dodge these obstacles, and then you would find and hack all these computers, and then the one that says disable vault security, you're going to want to hit that, and then you can finally make your way back to the elevator, which then you could go into the vault and rob the casino. Now the elevator is here, so we're gonna go to the vaults. And now this is optimally, I think, the fastest way for the casino. So you're gonna want to break this. You're gonna want to do some sword dashes, no flintlock boost yet. You're gonna want to do this. You're gonna want to do this. As soon as you get 2 of them, you're gonna want to go like that. You don't want to recharge that flintlock because it takes a while. As soon as you get 1 dash in, you're gonna want to immediately recharge it, because that is enough to get to the vault. Now as soon as you go here, you're going to want to sword, keep sorting, keep on sorting till you get at least 1 dash, and as soon as you get 1 dash, you're going to want to flintlock, and then you're going to want to redo it. You're going to want to go here, you're going to want to come through the same door you did as when you broke it earlier, because it's going to be there still and just going to save you at least like 2 seconds. Then you're going to want to call the elevator, you're going to want to go to the roof, and then we're actually going to use our flintlock boost out of here because it is the fastest way to sorting. So as you can see, we're going to just flintlock boost, and then now we can jump down here. Instead of taking the zipline, because zipline is just way too like slow, and it's also not optimal if you're trying to grind really fast, you're going to want to spawn a volt bike. You're going to want to come through into this exit right here. You're going to want to come in here into this entrance and exit. You're going to want to come in, you're going to want to turn it in, and on to our next robbery, the museum. Now there is actually a broken strat with the museum, but I recommend grinding it with either a friend or your alt account, but for the sake of this video,
I'm just going to be grinding it with my alt account. So the first thing that we want to do is we're actually going to come up to the XRK mountain and we're going to get jetpack. Now that we have our jetpack, let's do the glitch. So now that we're at the museum, we're going to bring my main account here, and we're also going to take my alt account and open up this dynamite. Now all we're going to do is just going to take one bone because that is all we really need. And now if you actually go here and use your jetpack, if you stand on here and use your jetpack, you could actually use it to completely get the museum entirely. And now you could just escape the museum without having to pull the lever at all, which is like the best strategy you could possibly do. And that using this strategy alone can literally just save you like at least a minute or two in the museum, because you have to wait for people to complete their puzzles and then pull it, and it's like really bad. So in case you didn't see what I did there, what I did was I went onto that little ledge with the bar, I pressed spacebar twice to enable my jetpack, and I just escaped the museum in about 5 seconds. So it really just does not take that long to turn in your museum money. Rather, if you actually did the entire museum, it would take you about like 2 to 3 minutes, which, for example, instead of getting to like 5 museums in like 3 minutes, you would get only like 1 museum or like 2 museums in about 5 minutes. So that would really ruin your grinding process. And on to the next robbery, the plane. So the plane has actually had a massive revamp. Like, the glitch that you can teleport into the plane got patched. Like, if we go inside of here, like, it got patched, you can't do it anymore, and you can't glitch into it, so you have to get to the plane here on time, or else it's just gonna be, you just can't get in, and it's gonna be really bad. So now, there is actually a good tip for this. If you have a key card, come up here, because you can actually open the door and you can also be safe from cops. But if you don't have a key card, you're just gonna want to enter the plane like normally, and then you're just gonna want to pick a crate. So I'm just gonna pick this one, and then you're just gonna want to wait. Now once the plane takes off, a cool trick to make sure that you actually get your crate is that you want to hold E, you want to press escape, and you want to let go of escape. And then you're going to simply want to turn in your cargo plane money here, and then now you can finally go on to the next robbery. On to the next robbery, the tomb. Okay, so the main glitch for the tomb is literally just glitching out the gates, so when you come across like the gate after the bridge, it is like really easy to save you about tons of seconds. So all you have to do is you have to just jump on this bridge. It'll basically just like, doesn't really do much, but now all you want to do is, what you want to do is you want to go like this, then you're going to want to go like this. This can save you tons of time in the tomb, and then you can walk out, and then you can go into that little area, go onto these tracks, and then come back. The tomb is already open, so I couldn't do it, but that glitch would save you around 5 or 10 seconds if you're actually really lucky, and then you always pick that side. That is all you need to know for the tomb. Now on to the next robbery, the power plant. Okay, so for the power plant, all you're going to do is you want to come to this box, then you want to do this little puzzle that it gives you. Then you're going to want to come inside of the power plant, then you want to go to this conveyor belt, you're going to want to jump on both of these lasers so you don't die. Then you're going to want to come and do this puzzle, which should be like easy like the last one. And then as soon as you complete the puzzle, you get some special type of uranium, and then you have to escape the power plant, which I'll be teaching you how to get the best escape. So now you're going to want to complete it, and then you want to go like this. Then you're going to want to like dodge those little hammer things that come down. Then you're going to want to spawn any car. Then you're going to want to take this exact line that I take. You can use nitro to speed this up if you want, however I usually don't. And then you're gonna want to turn it in like so. And on to the next robbery, the bank. Now there isn't really much glitches for the bank, at least there's no glitches for it from what I've discovered, because
As we all know, like literally every single bank glitch got patched, so the only way you can actually do the bank is actually doing it legit. So I guess the fastest way for us to do bank would literally just be going it normally, do the flintlock boost method and the sword method, and then grab minimum cash for all robberies, actually end the bank because you don't want to slow down your grinding. Then if you also have a key card too, you can just come out of that. Otherwise, you're better off just going through the exit. And then you can move on to the next robbery. And finally on to our last hyperchrome, the Diamond 5. So now what you're going to want to do when you have your alt account or friend inside of the jewelry store is that you're going to want to go to the jewelry store and you're going to want to come and complete it just like how I'm going to do it. You're going to want to come down the zip line and you're going to want to go and you're going to want to get in like here. The reason why you have your alt account is here so that you can get some more jewels like from these floors. But since the jewelry store is already going to close, you can't do it. But if you rejoin the server with a friend or alt account inside the jewelry store, you can actually go ahead and get multiple robberies in, which can boost your hyperchrome chance and pity for the jewelry store. So that is how you can get the jewelry store very fast. Then you're gonna want to always take this route. I always take this route because cops don't really expect it and they don't really camp it that much. Then you're gonna want to go like this. You're gonna want to come through the tunnel. You're gonna want to come through in here. And then you're gonna wanna go like this, and then you're gonna turn it in, and then you're gonna get your hyperchrome, hopefully at least. Now thank you all for watching to the end. I really appreciate that, and make sure to like and subscribe for more hyperchrome videos like these, and I hope you guys have a good time getting all these hyperchromes. Now if you guys also did enjoy the video, just let me know in the comments and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye!